Timer in his hand, lunchbox packed, got a master plan. Microscope next to the frying pan. He's measuring the
Jockey! Welcome in, good sir. Sir Quack, the Duck Father.
Here's why. Every bite an experiment. He's running tests on the condiments.
See, my bot gets your name.
Don't be shy. At the table
Did it do the shout out properly? I gotta finish writing your custom shout out, my friend.
Then torches up a melt to test the please. Crawling down the science sky. Turn suck all night into here's why. Every bite an experiment. He's running tests on the condiments. Crawling down the science sky. Says taste that data, don't be shy. At the table we hypothesize. Crawling down the science sky. Stopwatch clicking as the noodle spin. Says optimal texture starts right then. He's plating up proof on a paper plate. Peer reviewed by who cleans the slate. That's us. Grabbing down the science sky.
Well, I know it's all good. It's still something I want to do. I've got it kind of half written. Just haven't finished writing it. There's an art to my custom shout out stuff. Like, Melishkat's got her own. Pickles, the pickled one has her own. They don't even stream, right? Captain Tony's got a. Anybody who's part of the Grubbin family gets their custom shout out. I just gotta finish the word craft. Rub is over there. He jumped.
If I was a flashlight, I'd shine down every
Can you do me a favor and check on your mom, please? And then get dressed? Thank you.
If I was an EMF, I'd beep when you came through, so I'd never hunt.
Okay, so what's going on with the ads here? Let's, if I hit this button here, is it actually going to do anything? The Switch gonna have ad problems.
Down those stairs and up past room 302. If the floorboards creak, you can grab my sleeve. I don't mind the chill if you're right here too. All I want is to ghost hunt with you.
Crusader, welcome in.
If I was a worn-out map of a boarded-up hotel, I'd fold into your pocket, keep all the stories I could tell. If I was a cheap red pen, I'd circle every clue. I crossed out every do not enter, except the ones with you. All I want is to ghost hunt with you. Down those stairs and up past room 302. If the candles shake and the door latch moves, I don't need to run, I just need the truth. All I want is to
It's getting hotter. I do not like that for you.
ghost hunt with you.
It's getting hot today too, right? And it's what 10 a.m. and it's already 27 out here, and it's just gonna get hotter and hotter and.
If a curtain moves on its own, I'll ask the dark one
What's the
question.
temperature right now?
Are we really alone? And if nothing
Yeah,
else is
no, okay, it's just actually gone up a whole degree in temperature. It feels like it's 32 degrees outside right now, and we are expecting severe thunderstorms this evening with a 30% chance. So, not happening. I need to fill my water bottle. I already drank that dry. Alright. You know what? I'll be back in a minute. Let me put the water bottle in. Okay. I'm back. And you guys are back from ads. Let's just skip the whole transition bit. Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? All right. I've already had a lot of fun this morning. 44, 67%. I will kill. I'm sure you would, Crusader, but you can't have my weather right now. The air conditioner is doing its best that it can, and it's got this room down to 26 degrees at the moment. I'm sweating. If I even think about going outside, my body goes, nope, not happening, and I'm going to have to go out later. So, not looking for that fun. But yeah, this morning's already been a lot of fun. Let's start off with, well, F and Ducky. Hey, my friend, how you doing? Thank you so much again for the games of Hunt Showdown. I want to play more of that game. It's the middle of winter over here, and it's meant to be 30s. How is that possible, Ducky? Like, Australia is almost literally on the other side of the planet from us here. Well, actually, hang on a second. How far away is that? Let's get sidetracked. Let's let the squirrels have some fun today. We'll let the squirrels drive. Okay. Planet from... What is the antipode mean? Okay. So, you're not exactly antipode. I mean, which means, you know, the opposite, like the directed side of there of where I am. Hmm. Did you know that because the Earth's surface is 70% water, the almost all the land masses in North America have their antipode being in the ocean? Well, I just looked up where the antipode for us is, right? Without giving away our location here. If you want to come take a peek, you can see it's up here on the screen, right? Here, let me move it over here. You can see it right there. So that is our antipode right there. That's where we would, if you went straight through the planet in a straight line, right, through the core and came out the other side, that's where we would pop it. And then, of course, you know, all that water would come rushing through and get stuck in the middle, and we'd have a super cooling event, which is kind of cool. Wizard! Grevin Boy's over here spinning around in front of the air conditioner going, dude, why are you wearing a hoodie? Are you insane, my boy? He's insane. He's insane in the brain. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Canadians. Listen, Crusader, a hoodie, yeah, a hoodie in this heat. I mean, he's downstairs in the basement, which is a lot better than upstairs up here. Um, Melishkat, Grub Boy, and Grobet have their PCs down in the basement, so the air down there is a lot cooler. Though they do need to clean up their spaces again. But yeah, so interesting. Yeah, okay, that's the Antipode, um, which is about 2,200 kilometers southwest of Perth, Australia. So okay, it just updated to 27 because it's meant to read. Okay, so let's keep talking weather here for a second. The area I live in, the part of Ontario I live in, has this fantastic meteorological event that the weather does weird stuff here. Unless the weather report says 100% chance of rain, we operate on the chance of 0 around here. Because we have, if you were to take like the four meteorological events that occur and do a Venn diagram, we have lake effects, Michigan shadow, right, from east, south, and west, all overlapping, and it creates this weird bubble. Back when I was in high school, a hurricane made landfall, moved up the northeast coast of the U.S., went inland, up through the Great Lakes, gained some steam, some power from the Great Lakes again, transitioned from a tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane, hit Ontario, and then hit us, and immediately died because it couldn't move. It lost a lot of power passing through this area. If we ever look on the Doppler radar effect, we can actually watch clouds part around this area because of, during this time of the year, during the summer, because of the way the weather works, we can watch a storm literally go around us like this. You're so used to not taking time off that you were just confused as to why you were live on a Sunday. Oh, yeah. I mean, if I'm live on a Sunday, then we have weird things. Wizard. Yeah. Hello, Wizard again. um, Weather is weird here. I love it. When we do get big storms, they get stuck, and it's great. Good morning, Petty. How you doing, my friend? Hey, look, well, we actually have a Goldine in chat.
I
Nice.
am the League of Shadows.
Thank you for the lurk, Melishkat. Yes, you do have your... Yes, okay, yes, thank you. Come get your hug afterwards. And hello, Casper, how you doing? So yeah, before that, what was I talking about? Antipode weather. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be hot today, and then I gotta go out after stream and get Grubette we're gonna go and buy one of those helium-filled balloons because hers blew away. Pity be burnt, sore, and scared of the shower. Pity, in your beautiful pale skin, did you go outside without sunscreen this time of the year, where the UV is high enough to cook most things just from the sheer energy of it? You had sunscreen multiple times. Pity, I don't know if you forgot, we live in Ontario. Sunscreen doesn't work. When the UV is high, the UV is high. It means don't go outside, or if you go outside, cover up completely. Well, yeah, okay. That wouldn't help either. The pool wouldn't help one bit. The pool would actually make things worse because it would reflect the light and intensify the UV. Sunscreen is the same as cooking oil, and well, I mean, Crusader, that's one way to attract the ladies. Ladies, I heard you like the smell of sizzling bacon. I just came in from the sun with some sunscreen on. Take a whiff of my man bacon. Nope, 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 that doesn't work. I mean, you got Wizard's attention. But the nephew's man. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Pity, that's fair. All right, yeah, so this morning I got to play some games of Hunt Showdown with Ducky. I'm okay at the game. I'm still learning how to play. There is a whole lot of the game that I don't know yet. And you know what? It's a lot. I have a lot of fun playing with them. I might actually start playing a bit of solo, but yeah, lots of fun. And then before that, I was playing some Space Engineers, getting ready to take my ship all the way back out to where my starting position was. Okay, so here's the Space Engineer story. Here's Clang and me having problems. By the way, for those who don't know, Clang is the god of Space Engineers. He's what people call or reference to when the physics of the game goes horribly, horribly wrong, and the last sound you hear before stuff explodes around you is clang. Clang is not to be mocked. In any way. And Clang will take offense to you doing stuff in the game that probably shouldn't be doing. For example, in my case, Clang decided that my ship that I was getting ready to move into position to jump so that I could start my playthrough that I've got going on would get stuck in the gravity of the moon. Now, the ship should have been able to escape a 0.2 G planet, but apparently, no. Didn't happen. The ship went crashing down horribly into the planet, blew up, and I had just finished retrofitting the entire thing. So, a little background here. Let's jump into the game scene here real quick while we talk, because I am floating around in space at the moment. Let's fix the game scene while we're talking. So, a little background of what going on is last night or yesterday. I went and played some Space Engineers. I've been trying to do a playthrough where Melishkat, Grubbin Boy, and Theo are all on an Earth-like planet, and I wanted to try a space start. So I started in space with my little pod and proceeded to, work my way towards them. I have yet legitimately been able to get to them in space. Now, I've gotten within 4,000 kilometers of them and was like, okay, I need to build a little base here to start manufacturing stuff and refining and whatnot, just to be able to do stuff. Now, not yesterday, yesterday morning, I was building a ship. And what ended up happening was, I can't put 12 components in there. Oh, because it doesn't have the space. Oh, it's a small cargo container. There we go. I was building a ship, and I had it tethered to my space platform. And I moved an object, or I cut a block and caused one of the thrusters to disconnect. At first, I was like, okay, I don't know. I wasn't sure what happened because the base started exploding. I restarted the server, and came back in. I'm like, okay, lost a couple minutes of progress, not a problem. Then did the exact same thing, and was like, okay, something weird's going on here. Tried to restart, but the server had just saved after I cut the block, so everything was starting to blow up around me. I managed to jump my space, do the impossible, by the way, and Theo will tell you this. This is impossible to do. I managed to do the impossible and attach my big, I want to call it a Dreadnought class jump ship to the platform successfully without it going flying into space. So let's signal out here where it went. And jump the entire base out of the platform, out of the asteroid.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah. So that's the start of my disagreement with Clang. I took that as, a loss, and Theo and Melishkat and Grandma Boy had been wanting to build a space station, so I jumped the entire thing over to them, put it into orbit position, and then moved away. Because I legitimately want to get to them by building a ship, going from asteroid to asteroid, scavenging what I can, and make it over to them while they build their base and do their thing over there. Two different play styles. So, after I jumped there, I managed to get into Hey, Broconi girl! Bronco girl! Bronco! Hi, my name is Grumman Dad, and I will butcher people's screen names. Also, welcome to the Grumman family, anonymous follower. We do have anonymous followers enabled. We'll never call you out for this damn while. Listen, or you can hop in chat and say hello. So I managed to hijack a pirate cutter, take the AI blocks out of commission, take the guns out of commission, and then started to mine rocks and retrofit and build it. I had managed to get basic refining into it, basic assembly into it, production, a whole bunch of stuff. Bronco like the Ford Bronco. Yeah. I was reading it phonetically. I was like, Bronco. No, it's Bronco. Managed to get all that into it, and it was like, okay, I need to move away. I am flying away from where I want to be. Managed to get the ship stuck in the gravity of the moon as I was trying to leave, so I could come back all the way out here to my run properly. Because the objective is, I'm like 4,000, 5,000 kilometers away from the Earth-like planet. That's where my wife and my son and all that are playing. And you have a 1988. Nice. So, my objective is to get over there. Clang decided to take offense to what I'd been doing and pulled my ship to the planet and smashed it into the planet. There's nothing left. Nothing salvageable. That is a ship. Let me turn down the game sound. This game has really loud engine sounds. Is that better? Actually, I might want to turn it down a bit more. I will have to take I'll have to take a look, Bronco. And welcome in. Hello. So, I had originally had another ship that I'd brought out here, and Clang took offense to this one too, and I hit what we call a doom pixel in this game. It is a small piece of asteroid that is about the size of a pixel, and I'll show you what happened with the doom pixel. I'm gonna have to also find a source of ice. Thank you for the lurk, Pickles! There, let's throw the inertials off to save fuel. Because when I run out of hydrogen, unless I have ice, I'm toast. Alright. There we go. Yeah, the thrusters in this game are really loud. The game doesn't have individualized sound. So, I have to turn things down. Okay. Wait, no, I want to turn off my air inside. There we go. Where's my door? So this was my original ship. I even outfitted it with a couple of like ore scrapers so I could bring fuel into it. And I hit a small piece of rock right here, and it took the entire side of this ship off. Like completely removed it. This isn't the one that crashed into a planet. No, this is the one that hit a bit of asteroid. Right? Like I was mining out some cobalt in this thing because I needed it to make the steel grates. And no, a little piece of rock that was right here. I hit, and it hit a hydrogen tank, and it blew it to pieces. Out of curiosity, is the jump drive still salvageable on this? I mean, there's a lot that I can salvage from this ship, and that's why I came back to here, because this is where I started the game, was on this in this area. So I bought this little ship here, which is nothing more than a tiny little, scouting ship. When it runs out of fuel, it runs out of fuel. But if I can salvage the parts from this wreck, I can use it to bulk out this ship and build this out. And then use it to move from asteroid to asteroid. And my objective, I do have a waypoint for it. I'll show you where I am heading. Is it? Nope, it's way too far. Oh, there it is. Right there, 4,000. Actually, let's turn off that one wreck. Cutter wreck. Let's turn that off. I'm heading 4,141.7 kilometers in that direction. Yes, I could just throw this thing up to 100 meters per second, lock the inertial, and just drift the entire way. But where's the fun in that? Right? One of the things I'm enjoying about this game is learning ship design. And do I still have? I have to turn that off because I turned it on before I started. Learning ship design and how to build ships so that I can move. I have learned so much in this game in that regards, that like how to build a proper logistics system that moves through the core of a ship. Like the pirate cutter had a spine that was nothing but cargo containers because it had no storage. And instead of using conveyor lines, I used connected cargo containers as the logistics spine.
Meteor storm inbound.
That's nice. There's a meteor storm coming. To move stuff from the back to the front to fuel the weapon, provide weapons and fuel and air, because cargo containers and hydrogen tanks and all of the connected storage pieces all operate as one logistics network, which means I can have a hydrogen tank hooked up. I could have the O2 hooked up as part of my conveyor line. And as long as everything's all connected, I can access all of the parts at once. So I have learned a lot. And looking at this ship, I see we got our connected here. We have conveyor parts here, which are going to go to the, which are going to run into the hydrogen tanks. It has a survival grid on it, but if I want to start disassembling, okay, let's turn off Melishkat's marker. I don't need to know where that is now. That's not part of this run. Hello, Paco. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How's the heat treating you today? Let's think here. Well, first off, let's start taking some of the armor plates off. Because we're going to need some of that to start building. And right away, the one big problem I see with this small ship is going to be its storage capacity. We only have a small storage compartment in it. And if I want to extend this out, I think the smartest way to do that would be through the back. Yeah, there was a little bit of damage there. Let's see what Space Engineers saw. So Space Engineers is all about surviving in space and building ships. See that little blue ball there? That's, we're going to call that Earth. That's where Melishkat is. I'm 4,000 kilometers away. On pretty much the other side of the solar system. My playthrough that we've got going on here is Melishkat, our friend Theo, and our son Grub and Boy are all over there building a base, and they're terrestrially locked, and they now have access to the start of a space station because Clang stole my production facility, and then crashed my 2 ships. So what I'm doing now is, this is one of my ships. I'm trying to decide how I want to cut this ship so that I can expand on it, Frankenstein out more power and cargo space from it, so I could start moving around. Like, there's platinum on that asteroid there, and actually like live off of a ship, kind of like a scavenger in space. That's what my objective is. So I know if I wreck those hydrogen tanks, I'm going to lose hydrogen. So I need to put a temporary hydrogen tank on here to pull that off, to empty those out, because my ship's not going to be moving right now. So let's start with logistics. Let's grab ourselves, where's our hydrogen tank? Oh, let's grab this one here, because this will have all but one in it. Oh, I don't want that one. That actually might work, except there's 2 of them, so I might, yeah, I'm gonna need 2. That and that. Okay, straight through. Okay. Whoa, there's my ship. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to space. We're up and down, or we're relative to you.
Hello there.
Hello, Kim member. How you doing today? So we're going to take the engines off of this. We're going to expend our ship outwards to add more cargo capacity, and expand upon the basic refining and get some battery power going in it, because once this ship runs out and in a current state runs out of power and fuel, it has no way to replenish it. And it's 83% of its hydrogen capacity, and its batteries are... How much battery power do I have on this? As a single battery, that'll last me 5 days in its current state. Hey, Blood, welcome in. Appreciate the lurk. Okay. So actually, I think the smart thing to do is we're going to put a temporary cargo container on this. And let's stick that, I don't know. We got space, let's put it here. I need steel plates. Do I not have any? I thought I cut some. Yeah, I have steel plates. You need, oh, interior plates. Do I have any inside? I do. Okay, I won't hold that because that's small crate stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's build a temporary storage container. We're going to stick it right here because we're not planning on landing this ship. Let's open up our build planner, clear that out. Let's right-click on that, and I'm going to need a whole bunch of parts. Thankfully, I've got my old wreck here, and if I fly around it, I should be able to find one of the cargo containers. That's an O2 generator. That's a connector. That's a conveyor. That's a connector. There's a cargo container there. Do I have anything inside of it? I have ice and stone. That's actually beneficial. Grab the stone. Grab that ice. And let's start hand bombing that in here. So stone I can use over here, and I can refine the stone into... I won't hold that, but I can put it into a small cargo container there. What, parts here? No. I can refine it, hold on to that ice and turn it into hydrogen and oxygen by essentially taking this piece of equipment here off and attaching it to my ship. So we're gonna do that. Hello, Iris. How you doing? We have to get all this ice out of this ship first, before we can take that cargo container apart. And of course, there's no easy way of dumping it into the system apart from going inside. We're also going to want to steal this, which is an ore detector. I'm just going to cut it off and then rebuild it. But, geez, look at all the ice that's in this ship. The drill has ice in it. We're going to leave that for later. Maybe I can pull... You know what? I can carve off other parts of that ship to make what I need. Oh, welcome to space. Let's take that. Let's carve this up. Not that. Inset connector is going to have no internal parts. This has got internal parts. Let's grab that. There, that's enough parts to do what we want. And now, since we're going to be doing some transfer of materials, Meowmix, no, this is Space Engineers. We're going to very carefully sneak in here. And also give us a bit of shelter from the from the meteor storms. Rotate my camera a bit. Up is down. Back up like that. Perfect. Nope, this is Space Engineers. Open world sandbox building in space on planets. It's physics enabled. So if I were to cut one of these pieces off and had a full inventory, you could actually watch parts float off into space. And then if I were flying around and hit said part in space, then we would have collision problems and a whole bunch of other issues. All right. Let's put that in there. Okay, so let's talk this through. Because I'm doing all this unplanned and unscripted. So we're going to expand our engines out. And to do that, I'm going to want a hydrogen tank that can hold the hydrogen from those two pieces there. I need to find where my connectors are inside my ship. That's where my battery is. That's where my cargo container is. Perfect. Okay. So now if I bring in my logistics blocks and I need some more internal plates. Did I put any inside? I got 8. That works. We'll start with that. I place my conveyor there, and then another one there since I have 2 tanks. We can close that out. I can go there, there, And request any parts from that. Let's build the top one first. We need eternal parts. Okay. So let's go over to our wreck. What can we take apart from here? Our inset connectors got no internal. That's an O2 generator. We don't want to cut that apart just yet. Take that conveyor apart. Looks like the jump drive is still fully intact, which is nice. So we might actually just be able to bring that across with a merge block. All right. Come back up to our little Franken ship here. So we're going to weld up these conveyor junctions. I have been playing a whole lot of Space Engineers off stream. Like, I've racked up... I've actually hit the 150-hour mark playing it, and crashed a whole bunch of ships in doing so. You are my connector. You are thruster. Gonna need you. You're an event controller. I'll take you for your internal parts. Thank you. And let's grab that plate before it floats away. All right. There we go. Yeah, there's that jump drive. Look at that. Pretty little piece there of tech. With that little thing there, if I strapped it to this here, I could probably make it all the way to Melishkat in about 20, 30 minutes. All right. There we go. All right, we got that done. Now let's get our hydrogen tanks. Let's stick one there and one there. Fill these up. We need some large and small steel tubes. Do I have any inside? Oh, like a genius, I hid my. All right, large and small steel tubes. Passage is gonna have small steel and. There. So this is a great example. If I were to bump this plate in space, well, I can't bump it, but if a ship or a block were to bump it, it would cause it to move. Steel plates. Okay. Underneath here to my ship, temporary storage. Put that in there. Don't need that in there with me. Okay, steel plates. Take some of them off here. Oh, well, this heavy armor plate is nice. That's Pipeworks. That's got the large tubes in it. So my goal is to get a large, take this engine off right about here. Cut the entire back end of the ship off. Expand it out. Expand a conveyor, a logistics or conveyor spine down it. Build out larger engines in the back, and give it a larger hydrogen storage. Because right now this is what I have inside. So once I do that, this survival kit will get moved, but I'll have a conveyor spine that runs down the ship, and it'll connect like the airflow and hydrogen to the engines and allow me access to the storage compartments, power for the generator for the engines, the whole works. Do I need those in here still? No, I don't need those. And I'm going to get most of my parts I need from taking this ship apart. There's my slate plates. And what I can't scavenge off of this ship, I'm going to have to start manufacturing. And I've only got a survival kit, and then it can only do basic parts. So stuff like those steel grids are super valuable for me. And like the large steel pipes and the steel tubes are incredibly valuable because I can't produce those yet. And I don't have the power production on that ship in order to be able to actually put the assembler on to actually make them. Not yet. We're going to get there.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, welcome to the Grubbin family. We have anonymous follows. We won't call you out if you want to stay a while and listen. However, if you want to hop in chat and say hello, it is super effective. Alright, let's grab some more steel plate. And I do have a drill and a rock, and there's cobalt here, so like it's a good starting spot. I need steel tubes. You need the steel plates. There, I need tubes, computers, and construction points. Okay. I need those. I need to recharge my energy, because if I don't, then that's a reset. And currently, we have things a little buggy. Soba, hello! Welcome in. Things are a little bit buggy at the moment, where if I die out here, I'm going to start over at Melishkat and then have to, like, admin teleport myself all the way back out here. Actually, I gotta start a thing there. I don't speak Russian, Soba, I'm sorry. I can't even read Russian. But welcome in, hello. Need tubes. How are you doing today? Inventory full. Oh, I'm gonna need so many steel tubes. Okay. This way. And it is very easy to get disoriented in space, as there is no gravity, no up and down. So you have to kind of work with what you've got. Inventory full. So you do your best. Steel tubes. Got all the construct component, need computers. Do I have any of those in here? I have 2. Let's get this here. All right. Still working on getting my hydrogen moved out of these tanks so I can cut the back end. All right, got that done. What are you? You're a broadcast controller. Oh, you have computers and radio components. I'll take that. And did I pick up the plates? No, I didn't. Inventory full. Okay, got you there. Got you there. Need those tubes. Ideally, I would love to find plutonium and then start producing, start building a reactor-powered ship and using the ion thrusters. Because then I don't have to worry about hydrogen as a fuel source. But I have yet to actually see plutonium anywhere. Floor decal, you are a thruster. Thank you for your big tubes. Get one of you online. I need so many large tubes. Okay, I might have to build an assembler and power off of it. I don't know if there's enough. I don't know if there's enough tubes in this ship to do that.
Inventory full.
Back and forth I go. Oh. There's 2 more tubes. I get you at least functional? Close. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I may be able to answer the questions. I'm still new to the game and figuring out a bunch of stuff. As you can tell by my horrible wreck here, this was my ship. I did a whole bunch of, there's actually an economy system in the game. I did a whole bunch of missions to make enough cash to buy that ship, like a bunch of like little repair and salvage missions. Okay, I need 14 more tubes. Each of those hydrogen engines have 8, and should be able to pull that off. Oh, what? I have more. Here's that. There. Got the parts out of that. We'll leave the steel plates there for now. Anything in that container? That's just ice. Leave that for now. Small tubes. What's the capacity on this at the moment? 27. You know what? We could build a dock into it. Sci-fi hydrogen thrusters. Look at that. I'll take those tubes. Thank you. Shadowstorm, hello, my friend. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that. How are you doing? How was your games? What were you playing? Tell me all about it. I want stories. Welcome in, Ritters. Hello, hello, hello. For those who don't know me and have yet to meet me, my name is Dad. I'm a horror variety streamer with a locust survival game. So I guess technically I'm now more of a variety streamer. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is perfectly fine. Today I am playing Space Engineers with the goal of a special playthrough. So when I play, let me back up, take a step back here. The squirrels are in charge today, by the way. My goal when I play a survival game like this, especially an open world sandbox game, my ADHD can get the best of me. Running around doing random this, random that, and the game eventually loses interest, and I get sidetracked. Stream went well. Stream Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Doing. I like that. The Nuzlocke, yeah. Caught an Azurill and a Riolu. Ooh. Battle of First Gym, lost the start. Oh, not the starter. And you lost the gym battle. Oh, that sucks, Shadows. That's rough. Okay, yeah. So what I've got going on here, Shadows, is when I play a survival game, I want to have an objective, especially an open world sandbox where I can do whatever I really want to do. And in this case here, I decided to start in space. And perfect. We emptied both of them, or just the one? Just the one. I started in space, and ooh, an oxygen tank. You're oxygen, okay. So I started up out in space, and Melishkat, Grub Boy, and our friend Theo started off on the Earth-like planet, which is located there. 4,000, between 4,000 and 5,000 kilometers away. Pretty far distance. I have been there several times, although I've done so using admin stuff just to help out with stuff. My objective is to start out here in space and build a ship and move from asteroid to asteroid, gathering what resources I can, scavenging what I can, shooting down other ships and taking parts off of them, so that I can reunite with Melishkat and my son and our friend, who are currently building their own base there with their objective getting into space and building a space station in space so they can start bringing in resources like platinum and whatnot. And our goal is to eventually meet up. I'm not having luck. The god of the game, Clang, likes to crash my ships in horribly comedic ways. This one here, it was a small piece of rock that I flew into, and it took out half of this ship. I had then captured a pirate cruiser, or a pirate, I want to call it a frigate, fighter, whatever, a small ship. Managed to capture a pirate ship and then completely refit the thing so that I could actually start assembling and flying. I learned a lot in doing that build. Enough that I was able to understand how to properly build refining into a small scale vessel. However, it did have one major drawback, and that was gravity. As apparently my thrusters weren't powerful enough for me to achieve liftoff from a 0.2 gravity planet or moon.
Energy low.
I got stuck on a moon, okay? So right now I am taking my small ship here that I bought for 5 million credits. Then I used admin commands and I teleported everything all the way back out this way so I could do the run proper. And I am in the process of salvaging one of my wrecks and expanding my ship out. Ooh, an Iron Valiant. Well, let's catch that. That is an A-tier Pokemon. You want to use your Fantasy Ball and your Mock Ball. But I have been playing a whole bunch of Space Engineers off stream. I've like in the last week or so, I've hit 150 hours. I got the game initially when it first released, and
We're good, streaky! Yes!
apparently you're streaking 75. Gee, Shadows, look at that. When it first came out, I didn't quite understand the game and set it aside, forgot about it, and was like, I want a survival game to play. I was playing Conan Exiles on Paco's server with Melishkat, but
I am the League of
she
Shadows.
wasn't feeling it, and then it was just me playing solo, and like, well, you know what? We'll try something else. She's been playing a whole bunch of Library and the new supermarket game. Okay, Riley, enjoy your lurk. I need to shut these engines off. So Conan Exiles kind of, you know, was like, not really feeling the whole solo play. I'm hearing that from various people, Casper. Really? Been an hour already? I guess so. I've been hearing that from various people. So I decided to try Space Engineers, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. And I have learned a lot about building ships in this game. And there's so much that you can do in this game. If apparently that fell off. So I mean about parts of your ship just will fall off at times. Well, I guess I cut a piece of that off, but yeah. I need those pipes. You gonna go play some supermarket now? Well, yeah, do it. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy your vacation. I'm gonna run the ads, and we're gonna play Worlds on Stream. I'm gonna put the Worlds on Stream up here. It's another game where I really can't just. I mean, I can pause, but I'm playing on a server with friends, so we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads, which I do run 3 minutes every hour, just kind of as an attempt to keep pre-rolls away and not let the ads ruin gameplay. So there's the Words on Stream. Let's get that to fit properly on screen. There you go. And let's hit start, and then I'm going to push the add button. Wow. Okay, it's 28 degrees in here with the AC on. I am cooking. All right, so we have ads going, everybody. Yeah, and in about an hour, I'm going to have to take a quick be right back when Melishkat's ready. She's doing her group counseling again today. Let's take the rest of these engines apart here. So when she's done her counseling, I go and I give her a hug as kind of a way to help reground her and let her know that, you know, she's safe. Small, that's a lab. Interesting. Oh, I see why they did that. Okay. There's a battery. Lab, which is going to connect to that. Okay, I'm good to cut this out. How much fuel is in here, though? 27. Okay, 5. Let's build some pipe. Cheap pipe. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna give her a hug, let her know what's going on. I can't stream this to 75 with my AC on, so now it's warm. Yeah, I've contemplated having to do that too. Like, it is super hot. Like, I'm sitting here cooking, but then I realized I'm still gonna be sitting here, regardless, and may as well stream while I'm sitting here. Yeah, I'm gonna need internal plates for those. Grab not all that. I want to grab 20 of those. Put that away. Grab some of those. Word 0. Okay, so nobody's actually playing Words on Stream. We'll just do that. We'll just keep chatting. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect some pipe to my ship here like this. And I'm going to connect this hydrogen tank to this hydrogen tank here. And I'm going to then siphon off the hydrogen from that ship into this tank just so I can properly refuel. And for that, I'm going to need a whole bunch of parts. And if I right click, I can add them to my build planner. I can come down to my ship. This is one of those things of, I don't want to, yeah, I'm going to melt regardless. Like, let's be honest. It's that hot outside right now that There's really not much I can do about it. Okay, I need small steel tubes. Thankfully, I could take apart conveyor systems in that build there to pull those off. And let's grab our connector, do that. And grab our connector and do that. Those are important right now because they could have parts I need. So let's do this. I put one of those in there just so I have spares. One of those there. Don't need all these grinders on me. Why do I have so many grinders on me? And I don't need that. And I'm in space, so I don't need to have weapons on me anymore. Because, let's be fair, if I get attacked by pirates at this point, there's not much I can do except curl up into a small ball and go, please don't shoot. Because my ship won't even be able to outrun them at the moment. And if it takes any damage in the rear, it definitely won't be able to outrun them. What do you got on you? Okay. There's the cargo container. Ooh, silicon. I like that. Detector components, that's nice. Medkits? I'll take some of those. And then the terminal button is... Where is it? There. Am I going to get any cosmetics out of this one? No. But we'll take it apart for parts. Because these little guys have small tubes in them. And small tubes right now are important. And that's got motors in the mag plate. I'll take those. That. Grab that. Don't need the battery at the moment. And I might want to have some parachutes sitting over. Okay. Yeah, this way. So thankfully, about 11 kilometers that way, there is some ice on the rock that I can go in and scrape off. But I also have a whole bunch of ice in this one ship that I'm taking apart. Because when I redesigned this ship, I did so that it could at least scrape resources off of a planet, and I was in the process of getting some of this cobalt, so I can make those big steel pipes that I need, and crash the ship. So now it's parts. And all right, that's steel plates. What's all my inventory? All right, let's go down here. My temporary storage. Dump that in there. Let's grab. Pick this here. Let's grab that onto my build planner, and that on my build planner. And take these off. Clay, hello, how are you? Wait, this is a hydrogen tank. That's a hydrogen tank. I have two of them here. Thank you for... Well, I'm going to say thank you for the bang, Clay. How you doing, my friend? Okay. Get banged? I did get banged, Clay. You forgot your thing? Rip? Yeah, you go ahead. It's appropriate. Have you not seen the skeleton of my ship here? Oh, your hunt. Okay, exclamation hide, everybody. Everybody hide. Wizard triggered a hunt by asking the Ouija the secret to life, universe, and everything. I'll tell you the answer right now. Wizard, it's 42. Come on, give me battery charge. Oh, wizard! You got hugged by the ghost. The only acceptable answer. So okay, so fun thing, wizard. When I was still a CC for the other side, um, I was going to have my jersey number being 42.
Hello there.
Hello there. Like that was going to be my jersey number was 42. I need the tubes off of this. You wanted a Twisty's number? Yeah, everybody wanted Twisty's number. Okay, you know what? If I'm smart, I never accuse myself of being smart. I have parts in here to do what I want. Steel tubes, steel tubes. That's steel tubes, steel tubes, steel tubes. Steel tubes and motors. You catching what the big component I'm gonna be needing a whole bunch of is steel tubes. All right. Can my survival kit make steel tubes? Production. No, it cannot. Let me out. So I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of salvaging. I can make the motors if I dig up some of the rock here and turn it into resources. I can also make the computers if I do that. I cut that. That's not gonna be a problem. No. May as well do this. All right. Steel tubes. Conveyor network. Where's the rest of the conveyor system? You are no H2O O2 generator. I'm gonna need you later. Your internal plating. He chose 68. I don't know why he didn't do 96 either. That would have been funny and kind of on brand for him, to be fair. Now look at all the weapons I have in that locker. I'm glad that locker survived. You have... Ooh, look at all the steel tube in you. Yeah, there we go. The internal passageways are just chock full of it. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Okay, now comes the fun dance part we're going to have to do here. I mean, motors and computers. Take that out, and that. Do I have those down here? I still have steel tubes left over. Nice. Can't withdraw enough motors or computers. So, you have any motors in you? No. Bet you have the motors and the computers and the gyroscope, but I don't want to touch that just yet. You are computers and radio parts. I mean, this here is a wealth of resources, but I'm not touching this until I'm ready to actually move it. And you're just parts not there. What about up here? Display, computer, and motors. Ooh, neon tubes. I like this. All right, let's cut this out. Let's take the bridge off, the helm control off of that chip. We're not using it. Not flyable. The thing barely holds itself together at this point. You're just interior plates now. Let's take you out of the way. Alright. If I'm smart... Again, never accuse myself of being smart. I can do that. And I can... leave your battery there. Is there a battery over here?
Inventory.
Full. Inventory full. Oh, I realized I made a mistake. Where's the control panel on that? Whoa! Why are you running? You shouldn't be running. Let's patch that up. Oh, I double-clicked. That's what happened. How did you get damaged? Maybe that was done by design. That's weird damage to be uniform on both sides. Well, I can control it from here, so... Access panel. I want my hydrogen tank too. Let's turn stockpile off on that. Is that going to get me my thrusters at the back active? Will if I turn them on. Hydrogen engines on. Perfect. Okay. We can do that. We have our connection down here. That's ready to go. All right. Now comes the dance. We're going to connect this ship to the other one down there, and we're going to harvest all the power, oxygen, and everything else from it. And we're going to try to do so in a very tight and confined space. The best that we can. Without crashing this ship and having to build everything from scratch again. This, just the angle. Let's bring it back out a bit and forward in like that, and then curse my horrible sense of depth perception. Come on, align. And work. There we go. And then that's connected. Did I take any damage? Nope. That? Nope. Just sparks and scrapes. Okay. And then let's come over here and do this. Now I have the entire cargo system connected here. Anything that I have for their entire system is all connected. I want to stockpile that and fill up this tank as much as I can. Okay. And we're going to leave that one disabled. The O2 tank here is already connected. Do that. And the batteries, since I want the battery power too, we're going to come over here. And we're going to set these to discharge. Which means they're going to drain and power my other ship. Like that, and if I come up over here, and I go here, and I go find my battery, which is this, and I put that into recharge mode, it's going to charge off of these batteries. And then when they run out, we're going to very, very carefully attach merge blocks to them and attach them to the ship. Somehow. We may have to play around with conveyor arms at that point. Okay. Let's turn our engines off here. I keep forgetting I have access points all over that I can access systems. My hydrogen engines, let's turn them off. We're floating in space, we don't need to worry about that. These guys, let's turn those off. Leave that out of that, and those are all set to discharge. Okay. Now, that is still connected to that. Is that right? No, you still have 22 in you. Is the connection broken? No, conveyor's there. Are you set to stockpile? Nope. Are you full? You are full. Okay. Well, let's expand the back of this ship, shall we? We'll start by taking our engines apart here. Inventory full. Keep an eye on our O2 hydrogen levels. Okay, that is a small hydrogen tank. I can take this plate. I can take this light armor block. Take that scaffolding. There's my singular battery, which I'm going to have to move. The carving up from... Actually, you know what? We turn that into a central corridor. We can bring the ship out this way, add a little bit of length to it. Yeah, that works. Maybe build a small little... we'll have to figure out a way of getting those batteries off of that. I wish, honestly, ironically, I wish I had a ship that Theo built. It is the tiniest little thing there is. It runs entirely off of like a single battery. We call it the Gnat, and it has it's a tiny little tug ship. And what I could do with it is I could use the magnetic plates on it and connect it to various parts of this ship over here, bring them into position, snap them into place with merge blocks, which allow you to merge two grids together. Because technically the game works by, this is a grid of blocks. And then this is another grid over here of blocks. They are connected to each other through this connection port at the moment, but I can't move. If I say I wanted to save this hydrogen tank, right, I would have to either cut it apart and rebuild it, put it over there. Problem is right now with the batteries is if I cut into them, I lose the power cells, and those are expensive to make. So if I could build a small, actually I might be able to do it. You know what? I think I could do it. Yeah, I could do that. I can build a small hydrogen mat with a mag plate on it and have it carry, pick up the parts and move them and then place them in place with the merge block. Actually, you know what? I could do that. And now that I think about these two tanks here, if I use them as part of my conveyor spine, because they're already connected into the conveyor system down here, I can use them as part of my spine and not have to worry about expanding out that way. I'm gonna need to move the beacon though. So I don't need this tank here.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I know my inventory's full. Put that down here. Alright, so we're gonna carve parts of the ship apart here. Let's grab our basic block. You are... What shape are you? Light armor, slope corner, base. Okay. Light armor, slope corner, inverted, square. Okay. Armor blocks. Light armor, inverted. Heavy armor. Where are you? Where are you? I don't want the heavy armor right now. Heavy armor. So this one here, you gotta be back this way. There you go. And let's rotate it. Like that. Alright, grab some light armor plates. Let's expand out the back of this ship. So we can put new engines on it and bigger cargo capacity. Alright, what are you? Slope armor tip. Okay. Do that. And then we'll have to put a plate there to protect it. Can we open this up a bit more to flare it outwards? Playing with block design now, everybody. We're designing a ship in space. Actually, we should probably get some O2 and energy before we, we perish. So, how's everybody dealing with the heat out there? If you don't want to come out, of lurk and answer it. You don't have to. But what are some of the tricks you guys are dealing with the heat? Anybody on that should be lurking while we're waiting? Yeah, I got the lurks I need to be up. All right. Oh, yeah. Space toilet. Hey, wizard. Wizard. You can use the toilet in space. Oh, you can't see it, but... How about the toilet? But the thing is, you can sit on it. I think you might act... No, you can't control the ship with it. Okay, that's connected to there. Right, I was doing this. I need blocks. Light armor. So we got. Let's reset this layout here. Heavy armor is that. Come over here. We have sloped pieces, which are nice. There's my light armor slopes. Light armor corners. Tips. Light armor plates. We'll do that. And then let's go to toolbar number 2. Let's add some tools. We got our basic welder, which I should be able to upgrade soon. A grinder there. A logistics system. Let's pull up logistics and grab the conveyor blocks. My cargo box, like that. Connectors, because we're probably going to want those. The oxygen tanks, the rounded pipes, because they're actually kind of cheaper than the other ones. Do that. Mechanical, we're going to hold off on these for a minute. Power, we can't really do much with at the moment. Production, we'll get there. And then let's do a third bar for propulsion setup, grinder, and that. Propulsion, we're going to definitely want to hold on to our gyro. Now here's the question. Do I want to go scavenge look or nice clean? You know what? Let's go scavenge look. Let's grab those. And that. Do that. I can't do prototech anything at the moment. Structure, don't need to worry about that at the moment. Tools, we'll get there. Utility, if we need anything, we'll pull it out. Okay. So, what do we got in here? Half block. This gonna fit. It's gonna fit like that, but that's in the wrong direction. Maybe if I rotate this and fight with the rotation. Nope. Fit like that. This is the one thing I haven't done a whole lot of with Space Engineers is doing the block design, like the layout of external blocks. So I'm not entirely familiar with every block, but I want to flare this out. You know what? Actually, you're not going to do that, but I think I know what block will. Not quite. We're getting there. Is there one in the armor blocks? Our armor blocks. Here we go. I'm looking for... that maybe? That works. Perfect. Okay. We're going to mirror that on the other side here. We're at what? Light armor slope 2x1 base. So... light armor slope 2x1 base. And then we have this big chunky boy here. Just gonna go like that. weld those up. That. Do this. Okay, so that gives us a bit of my internal corridor. It's gonna be tight. And we might actually be able to leave that there. Passages. Do I have a fully enclosed passage anywhere? No. Large blocks that we got here. So there's a lot of different customizations you can do with blocks. And the different layouts and designs of them, and a lot of them integrate together. There are some of them that are kind of hard to find, but you know what? I think if I did rounded corridors, I need interior plates for that. Actually, I kind of like those. I like the idea of the rounded corridors. All right, let's grab a bunch of those. We're gonna add, and then we're gonna expand out this way and put in our large storage compartment back here. It's gonna give us large storage, and then we're gonna work on doing the manufacturing back there. So another thing you got to keep in mind when you're building out a ship is any parts of your ship that are going to take damage, you want to block health is based off of the number of parts that a block takes. Internal blocks actually have a lot of parts to them, and they're really good for armor, funny enough. And what's my weight capacity? It's all small plates, okay. And then I'm going to bring logistics down through there. We're going to armor up the underside a bit more to protect those tanks. And we're just going to keep pulling parts from this ship that we can. We're going to build ourselves a small little hydrogen mag ship so we can take some of the larger pieces we need off. And then attach them to this ship at a Frankenstein-like. And once we have basic refinery production and storage in place on this, and we've gutted that for its parts, we're going to start moving from rock to rock looking for the resources we need to build out other parts. Because while we may have a jump drive on this thing, it's not going to have the power or the ability to generate a huge amount of power to jump anywhere. Let's be honest. I need eternal plates. Okay. I'll be right back, everybody. I think somebody's at the door. My daughter's front. Hey, Shadows! Okay, I'm back. Sorry. It's summertime. My kids friends will be knocking on the door. They'll be like, "Hey, can so-and-so come out and play?" I'll be like, "Yeah, if they want to. I'm not going to force them."
Energy low.
Low. Jeez! Shadow Storm! You're lucky I like you. Seriously. I'm just sitting here chilling in space, building ships, and Sully comes jumping out of my monitor into my face. Like, bulletproof glass, that's useful for later. There we go, internal parts. More internal plates. You know what I'm gonna need to do? I'm gonna need to put drills on this thing because I'm gonna need to start grabbing ores too. You're an inset controller. If I break you, you break. If I break you, you break. You're part of that. We got 4.5 kilometers. Yeah, I'll go grab that. Jeez, scare the crap. We're just having a chill day in space where it's freezing and nobody can hear us scream, and you're trying to make me scream in space. Ah. Oh, we have a Pokemon coming soon. Get quick balls ready. I'm flying. Technically, that is where. Hello, Gummed Kitila. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? How are you handling the heat? Are you ready for hugs? All right, give me 1 second. Ooh, an upgraded welder. All right, I will be right back. Melishkat is ready for her hugs. Hold that thought. Sorry. Believe it or not, I'm in a better place than ever. I believe it. I'm tired. Well, we can talk afterwards. It's hot here too. Dark Abyss, hello! It's so long since you played this game. I've fallen in love with playing Space Engineers Dark Abyss, and welcome in. I'm currently doing a run where I'm trying to get to my wife who's on the Earth-like planet, and I'm stuck out in space. And every time I end up making some level of progress, I should be salvaging these, but I don't have a ship to do it. Every time I try to make some level of progress, Clang goes, no, I'm going to blow up your ship. Or your space station. So, yeah, it's been one of those playthroughs, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Have they made a second one of these yet? Space Engineer games? They're working on the sequel to it, which they're working on, like, fixing a bunch of the physics issues and
Hello there.
other buggy. Okay, I just lost where my ship is. There, over that way.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, welcome to the Griffin family. But yeah, Tequila, it's hot here too. My air conditioner's struggling to keep this room cool. It's 26 degrees in here. I'm sticking to my desk, and it is. Ugh. Melishkat just got done her group therapy, so she's a little eepy and she needs the hugs. Oh, yeah, here, this is a great example. One of these little pebbles right here. I didn't see it as I was flying in. It was actually a bit smaller than that. As I was flying into here, one of the tiny little ones, I didn't see it, and it ripped my ship in half. This ship here. So now I'm taking this ship apart to build a new one. I have an upgraded grinder or welder. It's G tools. That's a big find right there. More construction plates needed. I think I'm gonna have to put a drill on this thing and run a logistics line through it. So there's none in there. But yeah, I'm just kind of taking this ship apart piece by piece, trying to get the parts I need to build out the other ship. Excuse me. Oh, Melishkat, that pirate cutter that I hijacked and built up, Clang crashed it this morning. It got stuck in the 0.2 G gravity of the moon, and then proceeded to slam it into the ground. That's a junction. Thank you for the bang there, Dark Abyss. I appreciate the attempt at keeping me awake and focused. What are you guys connected to? We're connected to... That's a battery. I know what to do. Grab a couple of those. All of that. And let's go to my... I'm on tab 2, okay. Is that the flanged one? Yes, it is. Connect flange there. Put flange there. Then let's bring about the rounded corner like that. Like that. And then let's do... I don't want the sorter. I want the pipe to go this way. Okay. Clear that out. That, and that. But yeah, I've been Clang. Listen, I'm not giving into Clang. I do quietly laugh when some people complain about the temps. It's literally 23 inside at my desk. Comfortable. Then again, it's 30. You know what? It seems to be the popular thing to do right now is to complain about the temperatures. Let's be fair. They do suck at the moment. And a lot of people have a hard time handling the heat. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to read it. But this is normal. Honestly, it is normal.
Energy low.
My energy's low. Gotta get inside. Recharge. Recharge. Is there anything in this cargo container? Food. Okay. We're gonna need to move that. You know what? I was once told never to put store food in my bed, but I'm in space, and if I get space rats, well, we have other problems. From mid-October, give or take. Yeah, but those of us up north also like to laugh at you guys when it snows and you're like, oh my god, the world is ending. The world is ending. Steel tubes. Need so many steel tubes. It's the end of the world. But I also at the same time completely understand why. A lot of the states down south of the U.S. don't have the infrastructure necessary to handle. I should be able to access parts from here. Have the infrastructure necessary to handle the snow in any capacity. What's that connector? What are all the parts I got? Are these accessible? No. These accessible? No, that's the front of my ship. Survival kit just has plates in it. I used to live. Yeah, we get tons of snow here. Gideon, no, I'm playing Space Engineers. Other side of, the other deep black. Do I have motors anywhere that I can access? Some there, and then some over there. So let's go to this wreck. Access any of them in here? Steel tubes. Those are needed. Artillery shells, those motors. Okay, I can't access them from that one. What inset connector is that connected to? Is there one over on this side? Maybe it's this one right here. Yeah, Space Engineers, it's a block building game where you build using various blocks, but you have to, at the same time, manufacture the parts. So, for example, I need small steel tubes, motors, and large steel tubes for a bunch of projects, and interior plates. Well, look at all those interior plates. You know what? We'll put those back there now that I know that they... Okay, we won't put those back there. We'll put those down here. To build my ship out. I am currently scrapping a ship that I had previously built, and it crashed. My goal is to build a ship that I can fly to get to my wife, Melishkat, who is on the Earth-like planet. And it's going semi-well-ish, except I keep losing ships and bases and
Meteor storm inbound.
other structures. And the great god of the game has decided to choose violence with me, and I am answering in kind with, we're not going to be playing this game, Clang. I will beat you. I need constructor components. So I'm expanding the back end of this ship out a bit more so that I can add some more storage capacity and some better onboard refining to it, with the objective of... Yeah, my objective is to take parts from this ship, strap them to this one, and then fly this one from point A to point B, grabbing parts and resources, mining ores and whatnot. And that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So, yeah, I've come close. I've gotten to about 4,000 kilometers to where Melishkat is. But not quite close enough to actually get to her. Lost an asteroid base. Lost all my ships. I had a large ship that I built up that was capable of jumping, which would have been the ship that I took to where she is. That is currently... They're technically not lost, but I've decided to accept that... Oh, what was in here? Oh. Okay. Except that... the things are done. You're in VC just being quiet. Oh, I appreciate it, Theo. How you doing, my friend? I thought that was Melishkat who jumped in, but it's you. Oh, you're not doing well? I'm sorry to hear that you're not doing well, my buddy. Alright, I got those built. Let's put the parts over here, and I'm gonna need to build another one of these. I need eternal plates for that. Stick that there for now. There we go. Add parts. Okay, because I gotta get over here. And I didn't take this, empty this out before I took it apart. And that's on me. The superhuman hot last night. Yeah. Heat fatigue. I strongly dislike heat fatigue. Gravity points. Nice. Heat fatigue will do me into. If I don't take my time or stay cool and hydrated, the heat here will definitely make me ill. I feel you, Dan. I feel you. Oh, you know that pirate cutter that I hijacked, Theo? And I spent several hours last night putting it back together and retrofitting it so that it had, decent storage capacity and a bunch of speed and, like, the whole works. Yeah, apparently it can't escape a 0.2 G move. I got stuck in the gravity of the moon trying to leave that area, and it crashed. We have ads. Wow, it's 12 o'clock already. We have ads coming up in 5 minutes. I'm just gonna let them run today. I'm just having like a chill, playing in space, fighting the heat type of day. Just, being chill. Tonight I will be going live again. Probably around 8:30. Vile Malapart and myself are going to be playing some Devour. If Tony is feeling up to it, I'm sure she'll be joining us as well. So we'll be doing some more of the spooky fun. But yeah, I just felt like playing some Space Engineers today. Honestly, I've been playing a whole bunch of it. Okay. That's my oxygen tank. That's my generator. You are light armor block. We take you apart. Plate, taking you apart. You apart like that. Throw you apart.
Low.
Gonna go get some energy. Yeah, the nights here have been, I think the lowest we've had was 22 Celsius. Which isn't bad by any means. It's just hot and humid. Okay, so there's my door. There's the bathroom. If I need to assume, so there's a hydrogen thruster. That's a conveyor. That's that. All right. Which means this is technically up one level too high. Means I need to redo that. There's that. That comes up here. Yeah. You know what? Where'd you come from? That is too high. I need the spine to be where they are. And that there. Okay. Do this. Dump that in there. I put my access points too high. These need to be down where that is. And then I need to have the logistic spine running along the top, which means I'm gonna have to move the battery from there, and I don't have the ability to produce power cells. So we're gonna need to build another ship. Yep. All right. We gotta build another ship. I'm gonna want some of that. I'm gonna want some of that. Some of that to start with. And then let's do... Need... How am I going to do this? I can't make power cells. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it the fun way. We're gonna have to do a basic refinery strapped to the side of this for a moment. And then we're gonna have to feed it the stuff to make enough power cells for a small grid. A tiny gnat. A little hydrogen gnat, right, Theo? And just because I ask you a question or talk to you does not mean you are obligated in any way to respond in voice chat, Theo. So don't feel like that. That's fair. I mean, there's not much I can do about the ads, because I need to build a hydrogen gnat out here, because I need to move a battery, and I can't produce power cells in any quick fashion. Well, currently it's connected there, so I'm gonna probably end up moving it out of the way because the corridor has got to go where this antenna is, and then the spine has to come along the top, and then there's 2 more batteries over on the wreck, plus some other parts that I'm going to just mag off of it and attach with merge blocks. So right now I'm kind of like Frankensteining a whole bunch of parts to my ship. Well, okay, so the one ship that I flew back out to roughly where I started, right, with this ship here, and as I was coming, it had I put 2 drill heads on the front of it so it could grab ice and subsurface ores. It was never designed for like tunnel boring and deep asteroid mining, right? And as I was flying into here, I wasn't flying super fast, but I came in and I hit a small rock that I didn't see, and it tore the entire side of the ship off. The explosion killed me, and sent me all the way back to the space station platform, because that's where that is. But I'm technically hostile with that platform for some reason and everything on it, and it likes to take shots at me. So I then went out and I got myself the cutter, right? And I spent a whole bunch of time hand drilling and mining up resources, and I retrofitted the cutter so it had basic refining, like a basic refinery and assembler in it, a bunch of storage because I used the cargo containers for the logistics spine of it, and I managed to actually scrape together parts through running some contracts, buying like the gravity generators and so forth, the superconductors, to build a jump drive, and I was going to jump it all the way out here, ditch the jump drive, and use the ship as my starter ship, right? And it got cut as I was leaving the station. I was buying the stuff on the station, happens to be near the moon, and I got stuck in the gravity of the moon, and the ship couldn't pull itself out, and is currently in pieces on the moon. So I just said, you know what? Screw it. I bought myself a small 5 million ship. This isn't good. This is gonna suck. Where's your AI control? There it is. You are now parts. Look at that camera. Alright, where is the AI part of you? There is the access panel. There's the Gatling gun. Okay. Cool. You've been scrapped. I like that. Are you still moving away from my ship? Yes, you are. Ion thrusters? Yes, please. Grab that one. I got that one. Okay, let's grab this one here. Take that. What's inside? Hey, Vile, I'm doing good today. How are you? Nothing. That can go there. I'm doing really good today, Vile. I am currently being picked on by pirates. And I'm okay with this because it brought me ion thrusters. Or at least some of them. Can I get that thruster component? I can. Nice. Alright, are you stationary to where I am now? Where am I? No, we're moving away. Where are you? You're there. That in there. That's 7 thruster components. That should be enough to make 6 small thrust ions. What else can we pull off of this value? Ooh, computers. Take a couple of those. Get there. There's the other thruster. Computers, yes please. And motors. Yep. How are you doing today? You coping all right with the heat?
Inventory full.
That. Put the plates in here because we don't need those. Those are heavy. Throw that in there for now. That reactor. Well, this wasn't an intentional hunt. This was a... They picked a fight with me. Oh, there goes the uranium. This guy came over here and started to attack and attack my ship. So this was a sorry, I'm not putting up with that. I'm gonna take your parts. Thruster, broadcast part. Okay, where's my rep? What's that? Dampers on. So Vile, yeah, Vile, I just mentioned that we're gonna play some Devour tonight. Why can't I? Oh, my thrusters. We're playing Devour tonight. But yeah, I'm just having a chill day today. It's hot. Even with the air conditioner going, it's still hot. Is there another scavenger drone ripping my ship apart? I don't like this. This is Kang. This is Clang just being vindictive at the moment. Yeah, well, Clang's about to find out why I don't like to lose. Okay, so where am I looking at here? Yeah, I'm cutting you in half, buddy. There you go. Your parts. Now give me these thrusters. Yeah, well, okay. Again, it wasn't really my intent to be scrapping these guys just yet for parts. But, I mean, they keep picking fights with me, so... Like, oh, I am in a faction of my own. Like, there we go. Yeah, I made a new faction. Okay. Yeah, I made a new faction. Just trying to survive out here, man. And the pirate keeps throwing small thruster components at me. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. You wanna give me pirates? I'll take your parts, pirate boys. Do I want one? Oh, 40K version of Space Engineers would be hilarious. I had actually thought about modeling my ships off of a lot of, like, some of the Imperium, like, Factoriums, like the... Yeah, just go full on Gothic brutalism, and
Low.
it's like, yeah, full Gothic brutalism and walls of, big cannons and ships that are manufactoriums and they use servitor drones. So I would be able to use drones. They would just have to be they'd be servitors. Well, no, that's not entirely true, right? Because the Mechanicus does use AI, right? Very simple AI, and these blocks. Yeah, yeah. The Astartes are questioning them. These guys, the Mechanicus will use AI for their stuff. Okay, looks like he's gone. I got parts for a small reactor. That is exciting. And a little bit of uranium from it. But I had thought about doing the whole Gothic architecture on the exterior of the ships, and as I go along and build out, or even going like the whole orcish strap everything together. You don't necessarily have to be like, I'm doing, a 40K theme thing by doing, you don't need a mod for it. You just have to build for it. That's basically simple. Yeah, you totally beat Tao. Yep. I'm very much doing... Actually, what I'm doing right now would be Rogue Trader. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, very much Rogue Trader. Actually, you know what? That would be really, really cool to build out the small ship as a Rogue Trader style. No. Send me a link to it. Listen, there's nothing wrong with old games. I will look at that after stream. I don't... Well, there's nothing wrong with the $2 soundtrack. I mean... Yeah, if it's a good soundtrack, too. I'm pretty sure I don't own Nevada since I've never actually heard of Nevada's. Um, Orient. Okay. Oh, 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 oh. Hmm. That's not too bad. Where did I put that little block? There it is. Okay, do that. Got carried away. Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the space station and take full ownership of it? And then, all the ships over there? Because right now, if I lose my survival pod up here, I get sent back there. And then as I try to leave there, the ships like to take shots at me, and it's not fun. And well, that's between you and your base. Um, 519. Oh God, oh God, the Gene Stealers are eating us. Which is usually met by, uh, please leave a message after the tone. Yeah, one more forward. Yeah. Parts of which ship? I haven't been fighting anything up there. That's the thing. I fought the one. I fought the one cutter, and that was it. Interior plates. What ship, though? What color is it? Okay, share your screen. I'll take a peek. Okay. Yep. Hey, teleport to Grubbin Boy. He's at the space station. He's in a cryo pod there. Or at least in theory, he's in a space station. Yeah, assuming, you know, it didn't crash completely. Yellow. It could have been... That's weird. It could have been part of the cutter, but that crashed on the moon. Which is, you know, has its own gravity and would have pulled it that way. It could be one of yours.
Energy low.
Okay. Energy. He should be as an admin. I mean, does like the leader of the faction need to claim ownership? Yeah, she's leader. I didn't give it to anybody. She's founder. I can promote you with so being an admin on the server. I can promote you to an admin. Or not admin. Uh-oh, what? What did you do? What'd you do? No. You just pushed. You punch a hole in that one wall. I mean, the turret does horrible things. Am I gonna have to like pop over there and check? Okay. Apparently we have issues with the base. I may have to just haul everything down to ground level for them. Take that off, that off, that off. It does that. And build out that. No worries. Yep. Oh. And that's fair. So the ship's got holes in them now. But then that was inside. There's no guns inside. Okay. I'm not even sure there's a gun that can properly angle down that way. But alright. Alright. Those are gonna have to be batteries, I think. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, if you're outside, you'll have to go into the controls and go and trigger the close of go to the interior door and close it, which will trigger the automated system. The outside lost a button that let you do just that. The airlock really needs to be rebuilt, but it was just me up there, so it was never really a problem. Mm. Yep. Yep. Well, it was me experimenting with pressurization in space. Yeah, I've learned a lot about like pressure, about doing the whole automated pressurization and whatnot since then. But that place was never really designed or intended to be a long-term um, location. Like I was just going to be building a ship off of it, and then stuff happened. Okay, well those should be easy enough to fix. You guys. I know, it even had like that happy little emoji face. The whole works. So let's take 2 of them each, eh? That's crazy. I don't even know what weapon system on that platform would be capable of doing that. Yeah, but to shoot through the wall, it would have to have shot through the ceiling, through the, punch the ceiling, then punch the wall. Like, none of them has a clear angle on it, which is the weird part. I mean, let's be honest. Most things have problems with the gnats. It's almost like they were designed like that. These thrusters are gonna be a problem. Okay. You found his face? Oh, sad. At least once, and then all bets are off. Uh, Again, I kind of accepted everything was going to be blown up or lost because, let's be fair, if I hadn't managed to jump everything out of there the way I did, it would have been lost. Like, it would have all just, like, the first time, everything literally just went up in balls of fire, and there was just scrap floating everywhere, smashing into other pieces of ship, and it was a mess. All right, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna need what to make all that? Oh, I have to finish building this. Okay, so if I get blown up out here, I shouldn't. Yeah, but I'd respawn with the capsule, right? Missing computers, eh? All right. There is a reactor there. Yeah, there's there's a bank of vertical batteries. They're set to discharge because I was going to remove them. There's a there's a power, there's a room of power for power there. You want me to fill your you want me to fill up your little drone here, huh? All right, well, you're giving me what, 5 minutes to do this here? What do we got kicking around on this thing? Ion thrusters. There it is. Got one turret there. No turret. Oh, and I just lost connection to the server. The server's going down. Hmm. My game connection paused. Lost connection to the server. And but my stream is still good, so it's a server issue. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, this is what I think of your funny business there, little ship. Now, where is your AI component? Light armor. There. There's your camera. Ah, there's your event controller. Which means this side's got the other parts. No, 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 no. You're not running away from me. You come over here and you start making threats. Oh, jeez. Okay. And of course, scavenger drones are on my ships again. Get down here, huh? Yeah, I like buzz droids too. Oh, this is not going to end well. Well, okay, restabilize.
Meteor storm inbound.
Okay. built that? Alright, what do I want? I want my... grab that. That. Don't have any ammo. No, maybe I do have ammo for that. Why are they moving? They shouldn't be moving. Are they moving? Oh, because this is still... doing stupid stuff. Take that apart. Give me your camera. Welcome to life in space, where the pirates keep picking fights with me. There we go. Take out the control. There's the controllers. I wanted to take those out. What's that? That's the flight controller there.
Inventory full.
There we go. All right. And that half is just going to sit up there and do nothing. Okay, I have more parts here. This is good. I probably got some computers out of that. Pair that. There we go. Enough to get that working. Okay. G weapons. Do that. I'm not drilling at the moment, so, well, I say that, and then I'm going to have to drill, right? Yeah. What are you? You're a remote control. Dark Abyss, thank you. What are you? More iron thruster parts. I like that. I'll take those. I mean, thanks for reminding me. I got to put a gyro on that little ship. Once I put power onto it. Broadcast controller. I'll take that. Pretty much everything that I've got out here is scrap from ships at the moment. Let's fix that. I don't want to be carving into that just yet. Timer block. Beam. Plate. I don't have any beacons on them here. How do they keep finding them? Oh, there's a beacon there. And apparently a beacon down there. Okay. I have beacons on. Never mind. Control that 3 gyro. My little buggy down here. That's the underside of the mag plate. Put the gyro right there. How badly damaged are you? You're not badly damaged at all. You're just kind of banged up, knocked around, tossed about. Okay. Yeah, you and your doctor have differing opinions on, you know. Yeah.
Inventory full.
This is very true. I, I love how the access panels, when they break, they just spin on the spot. I mean, I'm getting all these little thruster components, which is nice. I might be actually be able to build a small mining ship out of this once I get the battery going. Well, having the ability to grab stuff like plutonium and whatnot, like, I don't want to be completely running out of fuel, right? Like, this ship over here had, where is the front of it? I put 2 drills on the front of the ship just so I could scrape surface resources. Right? Like, and process the ice. So the ice would just be, would process itself. And that's how it would stay fueled. Like, I plan on doing that with this, having a couple drills down here on the front so that I can, I need hydrogen because everything's hydrogen powered at the moment up here. All right, I need ice, so let's just grind, scrape some ice off of the thing. Right? I need this little bit of resources. Let's just scrape those resources. Right, I'm just trying right now to get this ship to a point where I can have some more storage capacity in it. Because once it runs out of fuel, I have no way of refueling it. Yeah, it's hydrogen and battery, so like I could there's no H2O generator on it, right? And there's no stations out this far. That's all right. What type of ammo do you take? Take MOSR. We'll do that. Then we'll just swap to another rifle. Okay. Battery components. Oh, finish taking this guy apart. Yeah, no, my goal in this playthrough is to scrap as much as I possibly can. I left the faction with them because I kept coming across other ships. Oh, that's a timer blocking out a battery. Coming across other ships and like, well, they have parts that I want, so let's take those parts let's rip those parts off of it. And it was doing damage to my faction and eventually did damage to their faction standings, and I don't want to take away any aspect of the gameplay from them if they want to do stuff like contract missions, because I know Grub and Boy does want to do contracts at some point, and if I've pulled everybody into the negatives on stuff like that, then it's not really fair on them. Gee, where's my beacon? There is no reason to, except I wanted parts, and I'm way out here, and trying to get parts for this and that. Like, to all of the stations. Yeah. Okay, production. Can I produce now? Basic assembler. I want power cells, silicon, nickel, iron. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Silicon and nickel. So I need to drill a bit. Hey, look, I need to drill. Was I? No, I had to put the thrusters on the station to stabilize it. Nope, the station was literally built into the rock face like that. Yeah, no, it was never going to be a station. Listen, the grub knot docked to it and immediately was able to jump it out. Do I not have? I should have access to that from down there. Well, the hydrogen tank did catch fire again, and I repaired it, right? Which is what stopped the big explosions. Okay, the basic assembler, be able to take that. All right. Now, if I go to production and I go to resources, I'll just do that. We'll grab some more stone to get the nickel and other bits. Look, floating rock. Scrap metal. That. Okay. I need to rotate all this. This will be fun. How do I want to rotate it? Why can't I rotate it? Why isn't it rotating? Why are my thrusters not working? My battery not working? You know what? It's getting hot, and I'm running out of mental steam, so... Oh, because the battery's in recharge mode. Apparently, this isn't thrusting, though. Oh, it's because it's got no backwards thrusts. Okay. Um, let's get it all the way out. Oop, 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 oop. Got a bounce. Thank you. I will be back tonight for Devour. Today is just kind of a more of a chill, relaxed day. I'm actually think I might wrap things up. You know what? Let me do that. We're just gonna snooze the ads. We're gonna find a raid target. I'm running out of energy today. Gonna be a short one. It is a hot, hot day, so let's who we raid into here. Actually, anybody playing Space Engineers? No, those are events. Same category. No. All right. Let's look at my follow list. Who's live? Cryptic. Yeah, no, the heat's definitely getting to me today. It is. I am definitely feeling it. I have the air conditioning running, and it's just. Oh, there's not a whole lot of people on. Okay. You know what? We're gonna raid into. Let's go visit Neff. She's doing for her first playthrough of Murdered Soul Suspect. So let's do that. There we go. All right. There's that. The raid messages are there. Raid message 1 for everybody. Raid message 2, you need to sub. Raid message 3, technically you need a sub for as well. That's the one I always grab. My son did Boo Buddy with the Ghost. Very proud of him for that still. Yeah, sorry. Today is a bit of an off day for me. Low energy stream. I think it's the heat in a large part. My brain is just all gooey and fuzzy today. I will be back tonight. Hopefully it'll be cooler. We'll be playing some Devour with Wow Malapart, and if Chaotically Tony's available, most likely be joining us as well. But I'll see you guys tonight at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll get back into the spooky stuff. And all going well, I should see you guys tomorrow. We're going to go visit Nephora. She's doing some ghost hunting, playing Murdered Soul Suspect. Looks like an interesting game. She is a pretty chill, cozy horror streamer. One of my favorite places to go and hang out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, you matter, you make a difference, you have an impact on the world. And if you want to see somebody truly awesome, seriously, just look in the mirror because you are awesome. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And